Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hyperluxe Knockout Series number 3. My name is Muntz. I'm joined by the wonderful Greybeard, who I welcome dearly. We've been here already a couple times now. It's been a fantastic show of Rocket League in recent weeks, and we're looking to continue that today. Greybeard, I hope you're having a good evening, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's about to get better.
Muntz, I feel like we are in a golden age of competitive Rocket League. You look the world over, wherever you look, there is Rocket League going on, and every time somebody else gets involved, it's fantastic. And Hyperluxe putting this on, it's wonderful. Just the more opportunities we have for people to get involved, the better, and how awesome to be a part of it.
Absolutely. We're seeing lots of investment in the scene. And speaking of investment, Greybeard, there's $345 on the line tonight. Obviously, the winner will take the lion's share, and the rest will be divvied out amongst the rabble. But look, we're starting off here. It's just going to be a best of 3 for now. We'll be upgrading to a best of 5 series later on in the tournament. We've also got an announcement for who wins the clip contest, the $100 clip contest. That's going to be coming later before the grand final. But we've got a matchup in front of us. I can even see the players in the lobby in front of me, hidden for now. But we're going to be going into Night Gardens versus Buddy System. Both of these teams have some potential. It's going to be a tight one. I hope it's going to be competitive. And there's going to need to be some competition because previous winners, Mustu Fluck, who dominated last week, are back in this tournament. So maybe we'll see a challenger arise from this series, Greybeard. I'm not sure, but what I do know is we're about to watch some Rocket League.
Well, what I like to see are the titles there, Muntz. We have the... early on! He's gonna get it in and out the gate. 6 seconds in. Look at this work from Ghost off the wall. The double tap at angle. And what was that bounce? It kind of clipped right at the bottom left of the goal.
I don't know. You had me looking at titles. I'm here pressing the scoreboard button and looking. And I will say, there is a bit of clout there, Greybeard. Rival Series Season 5 Challenger. We've got Lemon Puppy with Rival Series Season 1. My God, this man must be ancient.
No, I'm sure he started very young, and keeping it all going. So, but an impressive start. Either way, Muntz, it's nobody's first rodeo out here.
No, it's definitely not. And rodeos and Rocket League very closely intertwined. You're not aware. But look, Lemon Puppy, whirling, not really getting that ball far from his net. Ghost, though, following on the transition, just about steers that wide and will escape with it. Tries to pick out a pass, but Sean's going to be there. Won't be able to pick up that corner boost, which means the clears to go. Oh, the pass is coming in, actually. Kevin can't quite get it over. Yes, he can, in fact. That one crawls over the line after a couple touches off the woodwork.
It seemed to spend forever on that goal line. Look at that. It was halfway in for so long. Oh, my dear. And a player there from Night Gardens they're trying to get it out, but couldn't do so. But with game leveled up, and just before they was scored, it had seemed, the very early goal, it had kind of tightened up and evened up since then. And now we are completely evened up. Lemon Puppy trying to take it some distance to the other side. But I think this has the potential of going the distance. Maybe a Game 3 overtime even.
Oh, bold statement. I'm absolutely here for it. I'd love to see a bit of a classic to get us started. And it has been competitive to start, very even as we move in. And as S moves in, that air dribble on net. Rafa following. Kemi's got some time and space. And Rafa looking for that little redirect, but forced to flip to beat the defender. And the flip just pokes that ball wide. Now, Lemon Puppy looking to counter. Into the corner. Oh, that's it. He beats one. Ghost, though, can't beat the second. The third coming in, though. Sean with the shot. Plenty of time, plenty of space. And he puts that ball right into its place.
Muntz, I have been saved a caster's curse because in the moments leading up to that goal, I felt like Night Gardens were getting ahead. They seemed to be getting the better of the pressure. And then, boom, a counter-attack on the other side. Buddy System back out in front.
I mean, I mean, that can be a stylistic choice, right? We see teams, Top Bloke / Semper come to mind, those kind of teams that are really comfortable sitting back and defending and controlling their back boost and then just exploding on the counterattack. So stylistically, that can work, and a third goal going in now for Buddy System. And look, it wasn't quite drawing Night Gardens onto them, but the transition plays are lightning quick for Buddy System right now.
Yeah, and to get that read ahead of the last defender, to like get in there and snatch the ball, bang it in, very nicely played. And right now, Buddy System are looking to be the most settled. After I will admit that I did think that Night Gardens was starting to pull away, but my word, they're doing very well now. 2 goals ahead, and we can't forget you and I mostly cast. Wait! What a play! What a finish! Night Gardens are not done here, Kemi. You know what I'm loving, Munts? The chemistry, both sides. We've seen these incredible plays that require just fantastic understanding and chemistry between players. It's wonderful to see.
I would have loved to have heard the communication, if there was any. Or are they just on some telepathic link, just wordly understanding what their teammates are doing? Oh, that's a hell of a link up right there. The rocket of a pass coming into a rocket of a shot, but intercepted by the defense. I do have one burning question, though, Greybeard. I'm sure there's not going to be a goal while I'm talking here. Oh, goodness, there might be.
No, you're wrong.
Okay, we're chilling. My burning question is, Buddy System implies that 2 people buddy up, so you're not, you go on a trip, you have a buddy system so you don't lose one of you, right? But there's 3 players. Someone's left out there.
No, look at this. It is perfectly set up for a 3s team, because you kind of go in pairs. There's 3 of you, but always 2 people got their eye on each other. It's actually perfectly suited. So I think it's a fantastic name for a 3s team. But a mistake here. The Buddy System needs to come and play. Lemon Puppy does get back and very calmly does work to avoid immediate danger, but the pressure not done. S at the back high. It's going to come down off the backboard. Lovely clear into their own corner. 1 minute. Can Buddy System hang on to this pretty razor thin right now 1-goal lead?
And just before we do enter the last... Okay, that was an easy save. Just before we enter the last... Okay, that one's going in.
Brilliant.
Puppy, though, not letting me talk, not letting me hold Greybeard accountable for his previous comments. But that's a fantastic goal.
It's very well done, and they've pulled ahead here. So on a balance of play, and over, they've been close in many ways, but I think on a balance of play right now, Buddy System, I think the scoreline reflects that they are the slightly better team here. S though, not done yet. Rafa, is undone, and now there's a counter. Lemon Puppy's on it. Kemi gets in front and will get the block, but it's a scramble out there, bit of a cluster, but the score remains as it was. For now, no, it changes. Kemi will find the net.
Kemi keeping Night Gardens in it. It's very doable. 21 seconds. A good kickoff for Night Gardens, and they'll have every opportunity. Hey, a bad kickoff for them, and they may well be able to collect some boost and grab possession and head down the other end. So this first game, not over yet.
Yeah, everything about the kickoff right now, it turned out to be a good one for Night Gardens, but Ghost is going to get it out. Rafa, he pulls out of the shot, realizes he needs to get back, and that is going to be that. Ghost should have now scored the winning goal, or the last goal in this opening game.
I'm still holding in my mind your Buddy System theory, and we're going to talk about that between games. I'm not going to try and talk about it now, because I guarantee you if I do, another goal will go in. And Night Gardens, they have a quick effort. There's 2 of them there trying to push it in, but they're not going to be able to do it. And that one is going to make it impossible for them to come back. So it is Buddy System taking game number 1. Now,
yes,
Greybeard, you're trying to tell me that a Buddy System works best when 2 players buddy up and another one wanders off somewhere.
No. It's not about that. you've kind of missed the point. Yes, if you're out in the forest, no, that's not going to work. This is Rocket League. This is Rocket League. You're on a pitch, and it's about not going forward on your own. You've got a buddy with you. You're tracking someone you can, and then when you've made your play, you're out. The guy comes from the back. Now the buddy system is playing midfield, halfway line, up front. That's how I see it.
That does make more sense. All right, so a buddy system when constrained to an arena or a cage. All right, I'll allow that. Look, I tell you what, Night Gardens, if I may segue, can't allow buddy system to score 5 goals per game because it doesn't really matter how good you're playing. It's going to be really difficult to beat that. And I don't think Night Gardens were playing badly. They scored 3 goals of their own. They defended well at times. There was just some really nice passing plays by buddy system to it just kind of cut through any defense that Night Gardens tried to put together.
Well, you were talking about stylistically or play style, whatever, the plan to kind of sit back. Although they lost, Night Gardens got more shots, 12 shots on goal, so they are very aggressive, and overall there were like 22 shots in that game, so both teams looking to be really aggressive, but I do think that buddy system seemed a little bit more comfortable to soak up pressure, and they were ridiculously quick on the transition play, turning it around and getting the ball over to the other side, not just for pressure, but getting through the defense and scoring.
Now, I'm probably just trying to make things awkward, but just making things a little bit awkward for our own defense. Rafa, going to wrap it around, but Lemon Puppy with a bit of a more definitive touch there, more confident. But there's no respite just yet. Night Gardens continue to push forward, showing off that aggressiveness that Greybeard mentioned. Although, not really the shot total to show for it just yet. They're going to have another chance here. Yes, trying to beat Ghost to it, but Ghost did get the touch. Now Sean in a 1v1. Rafa, though, will poke this to the corner, and although there's been a lot of time in either offensive end, there's not been a lot of shots here early.
No, but I'm cautious to say this. S has made a mistake here, though. Kemi might have made things worse. It's dipping dangerously, but Rafa heroically gets a touch away from the front of the net.
Flick inside, but a little bit too far behind Rafa. He's going to look for the flip reset, and he will get it over too. There's been a team bump as well. Surely S can put that in, but he can't. He can't find the top corner, and it goes high, and it goes wide, and it goes begging. That was a rough miss.
It always worries me when you see that kind of thing, because they've put in work here to get the ball up front, and they look like they enjoy building pressure, and then finally the goal opens up, and that's not the moment to kind of fluff your lines. But here they try again. It's in front, but Ghost is there. Hide in the middle. Ghost shoots, but it's too soft, and Kemi will touch away easily. And again, we're back. The game's very much in a rhythm. I do think territorially it's... Rafa will finally break through, Muns.
That seemed to come from nowhere. The demo just so opportunistic there, and Rafa taking full advantage, but that demo just shook up everything. There was no one else around, and Rafa just had the whole net to aim at. It was a tough angle, so he did have to concentrate and really pick his spot, but managed to turn it in there. And I mean, we've had 3 shots total right now as we approach half time. It doesn't feel like we'd be that low. It feels like, with the way this game's been played, that surely there should be more shots, right? We've spent a lot of time down either end, and just nothing really at net, except for that one.
Well, listen, especially when you consider there were 22 in the last, maybe another one now. Lemon Puppy doing well. And there's another factor here. The best of 3s are quite brutal. No, S will get there and take it away. With the best of 5 losing the opening game, you can kind of breathe. It's not a panic. That's surely in now. Yes, it is. Lemon Puppy leveling things up for buddy system. And they ain't done yet, but it is... You lose one game and you're on series points, so you got to get into your rhythm pretty quick, Muntz.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I'm not even really in my rhythm yet, let alone the players being in theirs, because when a team is on match point, we should be talking about it, and I kind of we just started talking, Greybeard. We can't be on match point already. But you're absolutely right. It's incredibly punishing. Oh, goodness. Oh, that shot off the post. That was a heart-and-mouth moment for the Night Gardens defense, but they seem to have composed themselves now. But yeah, look, they are staring down the barrel of elimination early on. If Buddy System find the next goal, they've got to be favorites for the series.
Yeah, what I am really enjoying, I love the sheer pace of it. It's both teams looking to outpace the other, to try and beat the other with sheer speed and getting to the ball as quick as possible. Lemon Puppy's going to get the best of this. Can he get a pass in front? It's off the back wall. Shot is up. He's going to put it high and down. Does he get another touch? You may not need it. It's bounced high off the crossbar. The pressure not done yet, but Soundgardens does survive for now.
Rafa got a good touch there to just beat the defender to it. I thought Kemi, who was able to pick up that corner boost, would have followed it up, but most conservative play there, not choosing to dive in, not choosing to opt for a 50-50 in high above midfield, instead just rotating back. And I mean, it's worked out for them, right? They're in the offensive end right now. They've worked their way down the end of the pitch, but can't really do anything with it. And now they're on defense once again, nothing going, but at the same time, nothing lost. But someone's got to lose, someone's got to win. It's 1-1 right now. Who's gonna do it?
Oh my word. It's going to be one of those games, Munts, where it's sort of heart-stopping moments at either end repeatedly. And I think it is going to be one of those games that's just going to end abruptly. It's in such a rhythm now. And then there's going to be either a moment of brilliance or some catastrophic mistake, and that'll bring the game to an end. But it looks like we're headed for an overtime. 10 seconds, unless something happens here. Ghost looking for some kind of sharp angle double. Lemon Puppy. This will be the last shot on goal in anger. Oh, overtime.
Some sketchy business there. And again, let us remind you, this is match point. Buddy System winning the first game. It's just a best of 3. So if they score next, if they score now, as Lemon Puppy bears down on net, they will be the winner of this game and they will move on to the quarterfinals of the knockout series number 3. But Nightingardens trying to deny them on defense now. Only 2 of them as one gets removed from the pitch. Defending bravely and looking for any chance to transition. Greybeard, I think Kemi might have found one, but he is shut down.
Yeah, and we're seeing what I love about Rocket League, Munts, is, I don't really know these teams, but I'm not personally involved with them. But my heart rate starts to climb exponentially in these moments, and we've had a few of them. They're like almost goals on either side, clutch saves, and it's just amazing. And this is why we love this game. Lemon Puppy doing well to deny the player coming in to have a shot. Ghost is 1-on-1. Rafa will put it high above the net, and Kemi will complete the clear.
Rafa with great work there. His teammate gets eliminated. He knows he's in a danger position, but he doesn't choke. He doesn't hesitate. Pops it high, allows his teammates to come in and help him out. And Sean's tripped over the back post, and Night Gardens will equalize the series.
Fantastic, and it's and very well that they've done it, because I think the way these two teams have played, it kind of deserves to go the distance at 3 games and be decided in the 3rd. And remarkably, with the best of 3, if it goes all the way, it's the equivalent of a sweep in a best of 5, which is kind of bizarre. But it is leveled up, which is great to see, and now they're going to duke it out in a decider.
Something I do love about the best of 3, right, is if Night Gardens win this next game, it's technically a reverse sweep.
Indeed, you are correct. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's kind of weird, but you're not wrong.
Yeah, 2 games in a row to pull off one of the most prestigious sequences in Rocket League. Slightly different from that reverse sweep we saw in Sub-Saharan Africa the other day, Greybeard, in a best of 7 situation. But I tell you what, I couldn't pick a winner here. It's been so tight. It's been so up and down for both teams. I feel like Buddy System have reached the higher heights, but Night Gardens right there with them.
Do you know what's fascinating me here? Look at those scores. I mean, this was a tight game, 2-1. Night Gardens, 1,400 points. Half of that for Buddy System. That is to me, very unusual. Quite something for a 1-goal difference.
Yeah, I didn't take a close look at it because I was too busy ranting. So, sometimes you see that when a team's been defending a lot. If you want to farm points in Rocket League, play really defensively. Let the other team have a lot of shots and get a lot of saves and clears, and you'll be golden. You'll get that MVP trophy all the time. You might not win the game, but you'll get MVP on your team. Yeah, it's a strange one. It's a strange one.
Well, spoken like a struggling champ too. There we go. I know how you feel. Okay, high up here. S trying to get it. So we've had 30 seconds in, and again, this game has started. The way they have gone, is there going to be an early goal? It's a bit of a scramble, but Buddy System do keep it out. But it's kind of continuing the theme here of the push and pull, the tug of war between these two teams, and it's ultimately just okay. Who relents first? Who gives in first? Lemon Puppy has to get a touch here, and indeed he does. And we'll get it out, but here they come again. Night Gardens looking to take the opening goal.
Kimmy looking to play it slow, the 50. Going Night Gardens' way. Follow-up not. Buddy System are going to progress this forward. Ghost just smacks it, looking for the chase. Trying to get the defense going back towards their own net, making the clearances awkward, making the touches unpredictable. They have managed to keep it in this corner for now. Lemon Puppy, if he gets a touch here, it's dangerous. He was playing Rafa's touch, though. So we see the double whip come in. No one able to capitalize on that high midfield play, and it's been in the midfield for a while now, Greybeard. Whoever breaks out first might be the one to score. Sean gets the demo, but he can't find the bump on the second defender.
Yeah, a minute and a half of fairly high-octane Rocket League. I mean, the pace has been unrelenting, but no breakthrough on either side. Still no goal, but now we have it. Ghost will change things with a banger.
Ghost just floating there for a while after he came off the ceiling. Just kind of waiting to see what S would do with that ball. In the end, it was nothing. So Ghost just able to flip into it, smack that into the net for the opener.
Yeah, what an opener it was. So it is now Night Gardens looking to avoid elimination. Ghost looking for a second. Sean will get the rebound. And now Buddy System sitting good, sitting pretty, looking like they might take this one down.
You just got to say, I hate to call it out, but Kemi's got to make a touch there, whether before it hits the back wall or after. In the end, it's just a clean whiff, and not sure if it's the pressure telling or if it was just one of those touches or lack thereof, but that definitely goes down as an unforced error from Kemi, opening up the lead for Buddy System, and they might have found another one. That's a rocket bar down.
Yeah, okay, so now Buddy System pulling away look at that. The fake jump into the wave dash and up and finish. Nicely done. And now they're looking. This is the most dominant any team has been throughout the series, and having had a couple of games to get fully warmed up, fully into the swing of things, Buddy System looking pretty determined to take this down.
And I will say, Night Gardens looking a little bit shaken. Whether that's because Buddy System have just stepped it up, and oh my goodness, yes they have. The pre-jump, Lemon Puppy was up seconds before the pass came in, and Ghost done so well to shrug off the contact in the lead-up.
Yeah, it's a pity the angle of that replay, because I was very keen to see when Lemon Puppy went up into the air, because it felt like he traveled a lot of distance to get to that, but nicely done, nicely read, nicely finished. And now it's turning into domination here. We're about to tick over half-time, so theoretically whatever happened in the first half can happen in the second. But as it stands now, this is a tall order. If they get one now, that'll do their confidence the world of good. They're at least on the right side. The tip backwards, that's heading on target. How? Somehow that's kept out. Oh my word. And Buddy System have done amazingly to keep that out. But on the other hand, Night Gardens should really have buried that one.
Absolutely. There are two clear-cut opportunities in that little sequence, and Rafa, I think, with the most egregious miss, but he just rushed it and it ended up pinching off the post. Kemi, though, gives his team a little element of hope right there with the slow play, with the bait in, with the nice little flip to get it past Sean.
Okay, minute 54. technically plenty of time to get 3 goals, but they got to get on that like right now. They got no time to relax, and not to suggest that anyone has been relaxing in this series, but now they really got to step it. This is looking good. Rafa, just can't get there first. The defender managing to get there first for the touch away, the block, very important for them. Minute 40, and Night Gardens continue their march, looking for a comeback.
It's just a soft play away by Rafa. I was about to say a completely aimless hit forward, but a double fake or something from Buddy System there on defense, just about let it in. Speaking of double fakes, there was a double fake off the kickoff from Night Gardens. I like to see it. They managed to eke out a chance as well from it, but they were denied that chance. But they need a chance right now if they want to keep their chances on the series alive and stay alive in the tournament as well. They're going to have to start all the way from their own end. S trying to get up over 1, but he can't do it. Kemi's going to take over.
Yeah, and look at them. They're playing so high up, as they must do. Fortunately, Rafa was demoed and he spawned back, so could do some defensive work. But yeah, they just can't. 3 more goals, and the time is so short. It's going to be 4 they need. And you said at the beginning, Munts, you can't be allowing your opposition to score 5 goals, and they've just done it again in Game 3.
Yeah, that's my deep dive analysis. Score. Don't let the opposition score a lot of goals, ladies and gentlemen, and you're going to have a better chance at winning Rocket League games. It feels like it's obvious, like when you think about it, but sometimes it just needs to be said.
Munts, the question becomes, why are you casting and not coaching? I don't know. Perhaps your talents are wasted here, and with 20 seconds to go, it's pretty much we've come to the end of the script. Almost the own goal. That would certainly have completed things. But this huge credit here to Buddy System, because it started off very even. We went a long time without a goal, but once Buddy System got going, man, they have not relented, not let go, and they have taken it quite convincingly in Game 3.
Look, I credit the average age of this Buddy System team. We saw those titles. They're ancient here, so they've probably got the blood pressure medication, they've got the muscle relaxant, so they can just deal with that pressure a little bit better than Night Gardens, who are probably a little on the younger side compared to Buddy System, and probably feel the nerves a little bit more. That's my take on it.
More deep analysis from actually Munts. Well, you know what? I can't say you're wrong because I have no facts to refute you, but I will investigate during the break and come back if it is necessary. But that's it. Just like that, we've wrapped up our first best of 3 series.
Absolutely. Look, I mentioned Must Do Flux, the winners of the last Hyperluxe knockout series. That was number 2. Buddy System are going to match up against them in the next round, that being the quarterfinals. So you get through a tough-fought victory here, and your reward is to play the defending champions, who are probably my favorites to take it out again. Meanwhile, we've got Uni Esport Dortmund are there, Belly Beans are there, Die Flamongos are there, Third Pizza Slicer there, Wet Soggy's there, as well as Mandarin, all in the quarterfinals. But we're going to take a closer look at some of those teams after a short break. Don't go anywhere. We've got plenty more Rocket League to come. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back to Hyperluxe Knockout Series number 3. You're joining us in the quarterfinals. I'm once again joined by Greybeard. Greybeard, we've already had an absolute banging first series, going all the way to game number 3. But here we are in the quarterfinals. Maybe a little step up here. I'm hoping to see just as a competitive series.
I'm amazed how the best of 3 thing. It's like there's no time to catch your breath. You know, you can't take your time getting into it. Bang, bang, bang. We've had a series done. We're back in here for the next round, and the pace of that last series was fantastic. And now, as we come to the quarterfinals, I can only assume that relentless pace will continue.
I think it definitely will. Sneaking a little look at some of the players that have joined the lobby in front of me. The viewers can't quite see it yet. But it will be Wet Soggy versus Mandarin here. And the winner of this is actually going to go up against the winner of Must-Do Fluck and Buddy System. We saw Buddy System in the last round on stream. So again, it's one of those games. It's looking at these names, it's going to be competitive, and then even if you win this series, you get the reward of going up against someone very good. So I'm interested to see how it turns out and who's going to be the one to challenge those teams in the semifinals. Of course, those semifinals will be a best of 5. It is just a best of 3 for now. So it's going to be over. Like you said, bang, bang, or bim, bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm not sure.
Well, it's, as it should be. It gets harder as it goes. It's the nature of these things. And the Mandarin, so both teams are from EU. The Mandarins are Dutchies. Our producer, Paul, got very excited because he's Dutch and he knows these players, Matthew Dykey and Hoppy. So I'm sure he's hoping they do well. But I think you're correct. Your point is well made. I think we're going to see good, tough competition. And it only gets harder from here. You're not going to face any... This is the easiest team you will face all night.
Yeah, I mean, from here on out, definitely. And look, I'm seeing the players moving onto the field from the waiting screen, so we are just seconds away from getting this one started. And again, don't blink, it's just a best of 3. The winner of this first game will put themselves on match point. And so every goal really matters in such a short format, because a goal can get you a third of the way there, or no, halfway there even if it's the winner.
Indeed it does. An early pressure here from Mandarin. The orange Mandarin is looking to find pressure. Hoppy's up. Oh, but nice intercept by Syntax. The follow from Star. There's an open net. I don't think Dykey can get back. It's down off the backboard. Crypto. Oh, I can't see through the smoke, but somehow it's kept out.
I was blinded by the smoke as well. I think the double save came in. There might have even been some bumping in there as well, but fantastic showing from the defense in that situation. The defense continues. Crypto playing this one for Destaru. Picks out a brave back pass, let's say. Unfortunately for him, it's not going to transition into an offensive play. And in fact, the defensive not playing either. Hoppy putting that one over the top.
And the teamwork here, fantastic. Hoppy into the middle, the touch forward coming down off the back, and then Hoppy completing the play with the goal and putting the Mandarins, the Dutch Mandarins, in front by 1.
I'm happy that the Mandarins are orange, both because they're Dutch and because the fruit Mandarin are orange. So, I mean, it's good. It's good for me. I'm a fan.
And the Dutch national colour is orange, as far as I know. Exactly. At least they always seem to be playing in the orange. So there we go. All right, Hoppy having to do some defensive work. Crypto, can he find a teammate? He's trying to get it. It's high and floating in the middle. The shot from Star. And Hoppy quickly emerging as a key player for the Mandarins, being involved on either side of the pitch, setting up plays and then defending. And now Dykey trying to get something set up, and Syntax. Oh, Syntax has overrun that. This is going to be a problem. The pass to Hoppy! But he can't find his second.
Star cool and calm there, just waited for that ball to come on net and managed to react in time to get it clear. But the defense from Wet Soggy struggling to get the ball clear of their defensive third, even now getting bumped off it, which means Dykey's able to turn on it rather, and get over the top of one. Crypto, though, with the big clear. Matthew scrabbling back, leaving it for his last defender. Crypto making it awkward for that defender. Start putting it into the middle. No one there to rock the shot.
Yeah, there was a player there who was looking to come forward and attack that, but realizing he was the third man, he had to back off, because any mistake would have been a counter, and they're already 1 behind, and they don't want to be 2 behind at this point, so kind of just keep it at 1 and kind of wait for that opportunity, wait for your moment to pounce and get the goal, but no pouncing for them just yet. Star will get it forward here. And as with the last series months, I'm loving the sheer pace of it so far.
Some speedy players, some speedy plays as well. Dykey looking for something, but no boost, so kind of looked like he was going for a bit of a double touch off that side wall, but no boost in the tank to do it. He's got to recognize that before he goes for the play. He's going to give Crypto a chance, but I'm talking about speed. Crypto a little bit off the pace there, just allowing Mandarin to come in and set up this attack. The bump play does connect, but Crypto able to take it away.
Yo, that was almost a sensational play, and on the other side, Wet Soggy almost finding a way through. And a surprisingly low-scoring game considering what we've seen in the pace of all of this. And that's good news for Wet Soggy. It means they're in with a chance because one erratic bounce can eliminate a one-goal lead. And maybe it happens now. Star trying to make something happen. It's coming into the middle. It's a little bit scrappy. We haven't seen them this scrappy yet, but Summer Hoppy, oh my word. The composure to be able to catch that ball and take it out the way he did was magnificent. Can they get a second? They're not. Oh, frenetic stuff.
This is awkward here for Crypto. He's got to get a good touch on this, and he does. Over the oncoming attacker. Now, Matthew alone at the back, but Hoppy coming in to back him up with the demo play. Fortunately, Matthew can't do anything with it. And I think that's something that's been lacking from both teams. They're just not quite hitting that ball with a calculated composure past midfield. They get hold of possession and then it just comes in with a weak touch, and once again a weak touch, but this one in the offensive end, it just bounces high and off the crossbar.
And what an opportunity that was to level it up. They really should have scored there. And that might be a moment they look back on if they go down to lose this by a solitary goal. 30 seconds left. Crypto, but Dikey's having none of it. Syntax, though, it's on target, but it's saved away. And now they're all committed up. They need to figure something out, and they do indeed. Crypto waiting for a teammate to arrive for the pass. Matthew will get the clear. Oh, no. Oh, Muntz, you hate to see it.
I saw it early too. As soon as Star touched this, it was going in, and that's just rough. Not quite sure what his intention was, but he just got underneath that one and redirects it with pinpoint accuracy off the ceiling into his own net. Unfortunately for Wet Soggy, that's going to give Mandarin the 2-goal lead that will secure game 1. And Greybeard, we've mentioned it, to best of 3, it's match point.
Instantly, just like that. And the bizarreness, though, I mean, you know what, we had the own goal in the end, but effectively this was pretty much a 1-goal game. Very tight, very tense. But yeah, match point, just like that. You lose one game. So no time to feel sorry for yourself. It's kind of get out there and do the business because there's no more time left. And you either win, get yourself back in, or you're gone. So that is the job of Wet Soggy to do, and to do it really, really quick. And I think the start of game number 2 is going to be really important for them.
Yeah, that first goal in game number 2 could well decide the entire series and decide who moves on to the semi-finals once again to match up with the winner of Must Do Fluck and Buddy System. That's a daunting proposition for either one of these teams, but they won't be thinking about it just yet. They'll be thinking about this quarterfinal right here in front of them.
And you know what's great, though, about how quick a best of 3 is that there actually isn't much time for you to do much thinking, because thinking can be a problem in Rocket League in a game as high paced as it. If you can overthink things very quickly, and in a best of 3 you don't really have time to do that. It's kind of next, do it, and that is not sustainable over a long period of time. But in a best of 3 is probably not a bad approach.
Thinking's generally a bad thing for me. Everywhere. Inside Rocket League, outside Rocket League, you name it. Thinking
life
bad,
in general.
Yeah. I'm all about the instinct, and we're just having a little wait on the players here. Not quite sure what's going on. I do think we've got everyone in the lobby, so not entirely sure what we're waiting on, but who knows. But that just gives us a little bit more time to talk about the day. Once again, $345 prize pool. Also, we're handing out a $100 prize to the winner of our clip contest. You can check out those contests on Twitter at HyperluxeGG. Regular contest there, and I mean, they're handing out cash for good goals. So if you score a banger, make sure you enter it into those. Once again, at HyperluxeGG. But look, we've managed to get the players in the lobby for game number 2, Greybeard. Like I said, this next goal could decide things.
Yeah, and again, as we saw in the last game, early pressure from the Dutch Mandarins, and the more this go, oh my word, that was so close, coming off the post, and again, Hoppy involved, and I just love this. This guy's involved in everything. Whenever you look at a play, Hoppy is not far from it. And if they go on to win it, I think in no small part to his efforts. But now Star does... Oh, this is going to be awkward. Matthew, though, turning around, does get a touch. Pressure not over. Crypto into the middle, but Star too far to take advantage of it. And now it's 1v1 on the other side. Again, Hoppy involved. Syntax. Okay, so now we're seeing a demo and a shot on either end. This is going to be goal number one. Oh my word, no, it isn't. I thought surely. Oh, I pre-called that, so even worse than a pre-jump, Muntz.
Mate, I thought that was going in as well. Hoppy and Daiki, I thought one of them would get any kind of touch, and any kind of touch would do. Unfortunately, they were clean whiffs, and not just like close ones either. Both of them missing the ball by miles. Hopefully for them, it's not an instant punishment. Maybe a goal against coming. Oh, long enough time. Oh, Daiki with the save of the century off his own post, off both of his posts. I've got no idea how he's pulled that off. That was the one place, the one pixel he could have hit to keep that one out.
And there you go. The difference between an own goal and a heroic save is that close.
Oh my. I don't know if he was confident about that one. I certainly wasn't when I saw him strike the ball, but I mean, it looked confident, it looked calculated, and it was effective.
It was indeed, and we still have a 0-goal game. Matthews, his shot's going to go high. Not sure if if that was a missed shot or if he was looking to pass. Either way, it doesn't result in a goal, but the pressure's still on. Nice touch from Crypto to get it on. It's 1v1 briefly, but Hoppy gets there first, and now is going to set something up here. And overall, I've been impressed with the backboard reads. The defensive backboard reads have been very good. Oh, panic in front of the orange net, but somehow Daiki gets it out, and Star has to scramble and get it into his own corner.
Just as you mentioned the backboard reads, Hoppy's just sitting there chilling while there's like a quadruple, pentuple tap above his crossbar, and then he just takes it away calmly. So yeah, I mean, definitely some reading lessons here. Yeah, impressive stuff with the defense from Hoppy, especially there. Gets removed now. Daiki gets past one, but no boost to follow it up. No momentum either. Syntax playing it away, and it's cut out in midfield. Star going to be able to smack that at the top corner, but doesn't quite catch it cleanly, but Crypto sure does. My goodness, that's a banger.
Yeah, very nicely done. Star banging it toward the net. The save pushes the ball up. And very good to see that, because on both sides of the pitch, we've seen setups in front of the net, but both have been a little bit guilty of not having players supporting the setup player up front. So the ball floating deliciously in front of the net, no one there to bang it home. Finally, though, it kind of works out. Well, it does work out really well. And Wet Soggy look like they might be back in the series, and they certainly will be if they can get another one. There's only a minute 20 left, but they'll be feeling a tad more relaxed than they have been up to this point.
It's going to be hard to keep that relaxed state as the clock ticks down. We enter the final minute, and you know Mandarin are going to push forward. They've already had the vast majority of the shots in this game, even if they've been unable to find the back of the net with one of them. Demo's raining in as well, but unfortunately for Mandarin, that ball cut out before it gets to the affected area. Daiki's going to look for a bump here, but can't quite find Star, who gets the clear out. Although beaten to the ball, Matthew looks for the angle. I think the miss was coming in, but it was cut out regardless. But right now, Mandarin absolutely peppering the backboard, and they finally get the spice needed to push that through.
Oh man, they were bringing the fire there. Oh, you can see in the scramble to get the ball away, all three players landing up out of possession and not able to bring it back, to get themselves back, to get any kind of defense on that. And they held on until 40 seconds from time. Now it's leveled up. Now the tension levels rise. Syntax missing. Star, how far can he take this? Is he heading toward the net? Oh, it was looking good, but again, Hoppy getting involved and disrupting that attack on net.
Star, who's been very clean up to this point, does cause a bit of chaos here. Matthew, though, just lets that ball run across now, and he's now looking for the 50-50. Ball get out a little bit far in front of him, but he will sneak in front of Syntax and send that back into the defensive corner of Wet Soggy. Big pinch upfield. It's going to bounce into the middle. Syntax keeping that alive. Crypto with a chance, but he can't find the net. A little bit low, a little bit wide, and that will take us to overtime.
We are indeed. Game 2 overtime, and I've been surprised that, both these games have been really low scoring. 2 goals in the last game. There will be 3 in this one. The last series, was close between the two teams, but we had 6, 8, 5 goals in those games, but goals very, very precious in this series.
Oh, hard double commit here by Wetsogi. They're not immediately punished, but both of those players really low on boost right now, especially Syntax, who's scrambling back for the pads. Luckily for them, Crypto's there to take care of it. Matthew got plenty of time to cut into that one, launch into the air. Not much boost himself, so he's going to look for the flip reset, and he does find it. I'm not sure if there was a team pump, but it doesn't matter. Matthew puts it over the top and gets that winner for Mandarin. Not just winning the game, but winning the series.
Man, that was unbelievable. For me, the MVP for Mandarin has been Hoppy, but my word, what a game, what a series-winning goal at the end there from Matthew. It was magnificent. What a way to end it, and deserved winners, although I wouldn't have been upset with the game 3.
Wouldn't have been upset, but we did have an overtime winner, so look, it was competitive all the way through, and look, it was a nice little tasty fill-up to finish it. You can't complain too much, Greybeard.
You can't. Listen, that was, if there was a goal, a play deserving of a winning goal, it was that. It was wonderfully executed, and one day when I'm big, I will do something similar.
So, with that flip reset, Mandarin find themselves a spot in the semi-finals. They will join Belly Bean Boys, D Flamongos, and the winner of Musty Fluck and Buddy System. That match is still yet to be decided, and that is who they'll be playing in the semi-final. The winner of that Musty Fluck Buddy System matchup. We'll find out more about that after the break, and we'll cover one of these matches as well. I don't think there's too much else to say about this one. Nice, close affair, Greybeard. Finished by a bit of brilliance, and yeah, we move on. GG's go next.
Absolutely. Fabulous series all around so far. 2 great series. And then, of course, remember, after the semi-finals, someone's making $100 in the clip competition. But we move on to the semi-finals after the break.
Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hyperluxe Knockout Series number 3. We're going to get this one started pretty quickly. The players are already in the lobby, ready and waiting. Greybeard, we've got the semi-finals to go. I'm excited. You've been excited in the green room. We're all excited.
Excited we are. But here we are. Instantly, we've had our best of 3s. We're already at the pointy end. Semi-final time. But a little bit of sanity will prevail now, because we are going to a best of 5. So there is a tiny bit more time, an extra game for players to kind of find themselves, feel each other out. So there is a bit more pacing. So I guess it's the 100 meters versus the 400 meters is, I think, a good analogy for it. You have to pace yourself a little bit. You can't be going hell-bent for leather for every second for 5 games.
Yeah, we were talking about it in the green room as well, like the difference between the best of 5 versus the best of 3, and having the best of 3 every single goal means so much because it can decide the series right there and then, whereas in the best of 5, players have a little bit more time to settle. They can give up a game if it's not going their way and try to figure out the key to unlocking the opposition in the next game. So we can see a little bit more adaptation throughout the series, and we do tend to see, more often than not, the best player winning, the best team winning, rather, in a best of 5 rather than a best of 3.
But you know what? They've already had a few rounds of best of 3. So it's all very well us talking about people or players kind of settling in or playing it slightly different. But to make that adjustment from that sort of high pace, instant Rocket League into pacing yourself can be a bit of a challenge and can affect you. And you kind of get caught between, okay, are we best of 3 playing here, best of 5 here? so that is a factor they need to take into account. And so far, the pace has been pretty big, pretty high here. However, not any clear opportunities, but having said that, Bullseye looking for a way through, gets past one, Dumaine will intercept and get it away.
I mean, we've also got to keep that change into account as well. I know I struggle to adapt when the series length changes. That's why I've written B05 in big letters on my notepad in front of me, so I do remember. But look, nothing quite doing just yet. Just seeing a lot of plays to the corner. Cheeky the latest to deny those plays from progressing into a dangerous position. Right now it seems like Flamongos, forgive me everyone, I'm going to slaughter this name repeatedly. I was practicing in the green room, I just can't quite get it. Someone said say it as if you're Spanish, which is weird because I think they're German, but I don't know. For that reason alone, Belly Bean Boys are my favorites going into this one.
Yeah, well, they've got the pressure here. Look at this touch. Cheeky. Important touch away. Oh, Patty comes down, hits the crossbar, and another shot is saved away. Now action on the other side, and maybe something can go in here. And now the opportunity starting to open up. We've seen 2 on either end in rapid succession.
Cheeky circling out here. Maybe a disconnect from Cheeky right there. He's dead in the water. Has come back into it. I'm not sure if that was a disconnect or just a very patient play. He's going to have to do some defending right here. He does manage to just squeeze that off the crossbar. Bat keeping the pressure on for Belly Bean Boys. Patty gets there before the defense. They manage to push it through, and the 1-goal lead coming in big.
Yeah, and a build-up of pressure. Finally, they crack in there. Nice little touch from Patty, squeezing it in, where 3 players all sort of gathered around that side of the net. Manages to get it through. 1-0 to the Belly Bean Boys. Oh, is it 1-0? It is not. It is 2-0.
Strange little pinch there from the wing. Manages to make its way into the net. Cheeky just getting on the outside of that ball. You can't do that when you're the last one back. You probably shouldn't do it in any situation out there because more often than not, those pinches off the defender will go across the field at best, into the back of your net at worst, and it was worst case scenario, but cancelled out quickly. Coca finding just a little bit of a comeback starter on halftime.
Yeah, Bat will be disappointed with his touch there, putting it straight down for the player to come in and bang it toward net. And that's 2 insta goals, 2 kickoff goals to pretty much put us back where we were 3 kickoffs ago.
Belly Bean Boys are just losing that kickoff to their back corner, so they take possession, and they're going to find a little bit of offense from that possession, although Cheeky managing to find a way out of his own corner, but the transition not to be. That Doink not really doing much either. Patty looking for the pass from Bat, but the pass a little bit too much on it. Cheeky's going to take that away easily. Doesn't even need the 50, just gets the clean beat. But right now, Flamongos just cannot get out of their own third and really struggling to find any kind of boost, any kind of transition. They might have found something here. Let's see if they can make something of it.
All right, well, they have... Oh, look at this one! Okay, I did not see that coming, Munch. What a play.
I don't think we saw it coming because there was a bit of an innocuous bump right there from Patty, just helping Domain get power onto that. I think that was a pull shot from the defense. Just, putting that one past. Interesting equalizer.
Yeah, but the control to kind of land, because when you're landing at pace like that, it can be very hard to kind of line yourself up, but he did it so quickly and beautifully, and suddenly we have a level game, a game where the Belly Bean Boys were looking pretty strong and pretty good. It's suddenly leveled. Bullseye trying to slow it down, trying to get some control, gets bullied into forcing a play, and now the action is over on the other side, and wow, As in the time it took me to say that, it had moved to 2 different sides consecutively.
And I mean, as you said, Belly Bean Boys seeming to have the advantage in this, but it doesn't matter how good you are. If the advantage is a bare 1 goal lead, then I mean, Rocket League, anything can happen. Anyone can score at any moment. We've seen it a couple times, whether it's a defensive bump on the offender helping put acceleration on the ball, or if it's just a little defensive mishap on the wing and it pinches into the back of the net. Goals can come from nothing. A 1-goal lead may as well be nothing, and it was made irrelevant right here. So Belly Beans, despite having perhaps the ascendancy in the offensive play, do find themselves level late on, and right now they're going to have to do a bit of defending, and it's a defensive demo that's going to keep them in this one right now.
Yeah, and we might be in for a long one here if this continues, because we're heading into the last 15 seconds, a very likely overtime unless something happens here. And 2 close teams, we might be, well, you know what, I'm not going to call it on game 1 and say we're going to go to game 5. I'm just not feeling that ambitious. Can they do it in regulation? Patty!
Oh, he can't.
Oh, he's just run out of boost, yeah. Oh, but it's not dead! Oh my, almost.
I feel like we both went through the exact same emotions there. We must have been on the same camera as well, because I think the offensive play just came out of nowhere for both of us. No angle there for this particular offensive player. But a nice tight game 1. But maybe the cheeky? Oh, I thought someone could find some contact, but it wasn't to be.
All right, 25 seconds into overtime. Stuck in the midfield for now. Back, sending it long distance. It's going to fall straight down. Can anyone get onto that? No, it's been missed by the offending player and the defending player. And they're not getting it out. This is dangerous. It's on target. Back finds the net.
Finds the net indeed. Also finding the win in game number 1. Just a reminder, this is the semi-finals now, so it is a best of 5. No match points to be had just yet, Greybeard. We still have a ways to go yet. I will say, it felt like, I don't want to say a deserved win, right? But it did feel like the run of play was in Belly Bean Boys' favor for the majority of that one. It did feel like D-Flamongos just kind of snuck their way into contention there, and maybe this was the way that the game was supposed to go.
You know, I think I've now watched and cast enough best of 5 series to stop making the mistake of trying to call a series based on what we see in a game 1, because a game 1 is very often the teams don't look the same once game 2 starts, once they understand what they're up against and what they got to do. And I don't think you're wrong in your assessment. So what I'm looking for now is how D-Flamongos change things up in the second game. How do they approach it any differently to try and edge a bit of dominance in it?
And I mean, they're going to have to change something up, because my count is correct. Belly Bean Boys with 14 shots to a bare 4 for D-Flamongos. That's significant. Something else that is significant is ping. D-Flamongos playing from Europe. This is on an NA server. That's how the tournament will go. It is an NA-based tournament, however, all regions able to play. That is significant when you come into those 50-50 situations, when you're trying to react to quick shots on the, like, near and around the goal mouth. That kind of ping difference, while it's not horrible to play on, definitely is a factor.
It most certainly is, but on the plus side for D-Flamongos to face that many shots and only concede 3, I mean that's pretty good going, you know, to be able to do that. So that's a plus for them. Ping notwithstanding, they've been able to defend. But, you know, when you... Oh, look at this early on! Okay, well, that's an insta change. Coming out there, beautifully done. Cheeky popping it up. Oh,
I mean, you don't have to worry about...
angle.
It was sweet as can be, and you don't have to worry about the ping difference if you don't let the opponents touch the ball, right? Cheeky's just cut his way through the defense. No one able to get near him. Slamming in the double tap, and that'll get them excited for this game number 2. I'm sure the comms got a little bit excited, a little bit hype to follow that double tap. Like you mentioned, that angle was filth. So his teammates, hopefully, if they don't get excited about that, then they shouldn't be your teammates, if I'm honest. Oh!
Okay, that was kind of interesting. The dunk coming in there. Coca popping it off the wall, bullseye. I think he wanted to take it a little slow and maybe control it. Then suddenly realized that Coca was screaming in at him, and I think he panicked and jumped at it, and Coca was there for the dunk.
If he just stuck with his initial instinct to like try to kind of catch it and roll it out, I think he would have been fine, but just rushing it there. I mean, it is hard to keep you cool when someone is boosting straight at you and you're sitting on your own goal line, so I can't fault him too much for that. Kind of want those chances to be cut out before they develop. Developing here for D Flamongos, a demo coming in. It's just going to delay the clear. Coca able to cut that clear out. And the following, he's passed it down to Cheeky, who looks for the follow pass. Coca can't get to it, can't find the shot, but Domain looking for the dunk. He'll be denied as well.
Yeah, and good to see the aggressive play. You know, being from South Africa, you know, our top players spent years playing on EU ping, playing with high ping. And in conversation with some of the top players a few years ago, the advice generally was with the high ping, you got to be a little bit more aggressive because you can't defend comfortably with that ping. So you've got to be looking to get to the ball as quick as possible. And so far, with their 2-goal lead, D Flamongos have done that quite well.
Yeah, is it perhaps predict rather than react in the way you go about your business? Because it is much more difficult to react with a little bit of that lag. So Flamongos doing incredibly well here as Bat tries to shut down the clear. Coca up, he's got an angle for the double, but Paddy will get there instead. And I'm liking the passing plays from both teams in early transition. Oftentimes you just, that might just find its way in, Bullseye gets it away. But oftentimes you see those passing plays come in at the end of the transition when they can be incredibly useful early on. But speaking of end of transitions, Coca right in front of the net finds the back of it.
All right, so 2 points were made between games. The fact that you can't settle on an entire series based on the first game, and the fact that D Flamongos had to change something up. And my word, have they done that? I mean, the first game was so close, and here we are at the halfway point, and oh my word, almost going in there. But D Flamongos dominating the game, a 3-goal lead. They're going to be feeling pretty good about this, and will look to extend as we move into the second half of the game.
And they've completely shut down Belly Bean Boys, who have only found themselves 3 shots in this first half. Remember, they had about 200 shots in the entirety of the last game. So, you know, that's a significant downgrade for them. And they'll be looking to find a bit more offense as we enter that second half. Whether or not this game is out of sight just yet, have to find out. Belly Bean Boys for the flip reset, but they can't find it, which means Cheeky. Oh, gonna have a shot at net. Bullseye narrowly escaping the own goal.
You know, it's such a comfortable place to be. You got a 3-goal lead, so you can afford to be aggressive, but you can also, you don't have to push and overcommit yourself, and you start getting into such a groove of like, okay, you know, get the ball up, okay, and then of course there's the return goal, and that comfort. Suddenly there's a bit of squeakiness going on. Oh, and now the sweat. Oh, but the dunk though, Muntz from Bat, lovely.
Cheeky didn't have too many options there, and unfortunately for him, of those limited options, he picked the incorrect one, because that one gets dunked over his head into the back of the net. Little under 90 seconds remaining, and Belly Bean Boys making a late push. Gonna have to hold off an offensive push before they can look for some of their own right here, but they're in with a shot, Greybeard. It's not all over just yet.
Oh no, and another thing I've learned is there are so many times halfway through reading a team's obituary, they've made an unbelievable comeback and gone on to win. So yeah, and unless it's the last 3 seconds, I ain't calling anything. But they are running out of time, and it's on the wrong side of the pitch for them. They're going to need to get some coordinated effort going forward, and pretty promptly too. 44 seconds remaining now, ticking away, and they're struggling to get out.
Bullseye might have something here. He dunks it low, and Cheeky's just own goal that.
Oh dearie me. Well, you know what? This is the requisite own goal. Oh my word. Oh, you hate those. You're rotating back into position and it smacks right into you. But there you have it. And now we got the 36-second sweat fest.
Absolutely. You know, after that own goal, not just cheeky, but all of his teammates are going to be a little bit shaken. He's got a chance for redemption here. He does play it well, forcing that 50-50. Bats used a lot of boost as well. Domain, though, saving it at the last. The miss coming in. Cheeky pinches it off Bullseye to get it away. Paddy trying to keep that back in. He will be able to catch it into his mate. Oh, the demo comes in, but the ball smacks off the post. That could have been the moment, Greybeard. They could have found the equalizer right then, but instead, the ball is grounded. And D Flamingos pick up their first game in this best of 5.
That was, you know, we were speaking about ping. I have quite a bit of lag being in South Africa, which is not a complicated, difficult thing in casting. But honestly, on my screen, I thought that ball was in, and then I saw it go. I thought it was done 4 seconds from time, and that would have absolutely destroyed D Flamingos to give it up there. But they don't. They hold on. And my word, so now we're back to a best of 3 months. The best of 5 is now a best of 3.
Amazing. It just feels like fate at this point. We're fated to commentate best of 3s until the end of time, or at least until the end of this series. We'll see what happens in the final. We thought that this would be competitive. It certainly is. I was a little worried after that first game when we just saw that torrential offense from Belly Bean Boys, but it was completely negated in this one. Yes, there was a late comeback through a bit of an own goal and a couple mishaps, but they were pretty much snuffed out on the offensive end in this one.
Yeah, listen, I mean, they made a good comeback, but the damage was done in the first half. You know, as we crossed over halfway, it was 3 goals to D Flamingos, and it's such, you know, if you're a good defensive team, you don't have to be brilliant. You just have to be good. You should be able to hang on to a 3-goal lead.
Story of my life. Nothing brilliant, but good stuff.
Well done. We'd like to report that you are average. All right, Cheeky coming off the ceiling, but intercepted over there. Good early pressure from them, and I think they learned in the first game, go hard, go early, get a goal lead as quick as possible.
Maybe a little bit awkward here. He does manage to find the touch. Bullseye under 1. He'll be able to play it past the second, and he's already gotten a low 50 into an advantageous position in this series. He gets another one here. Back with the shot. Oh, he just misses, and Bullseye all alone for a moment. Gonna be looking for this corner boost. He does pick it up. He will be able to transition out into a transition attempt. Many transitions here, and he's done well with the slow play. If he can just poke this midfield, they're gonna be in a great position, but it's not to be. Domain getting it out.
And I'm actually so disappointed they didn't get a goal off that, because Bullseye, he had that ball from almost the halfway line back into his own half, all the way over to the other goal line. But they will get a goal in the end. Not off that play, but after some excellent play. Bat getting it off the back wall, and Paddy with the finish. Nicely done, and they are on the return in Game 3.
Yeah, great start from the perspective of Belly Bean Boys. It's always nice to score first when you took an L in the last game. Like you can maybe halt the momentum, halt the drive of the opposition, and get some of your own. Now driving forward once more. Bat looking for Paddy after Paddy had found him. Bullseye left alone at the back quite a lot, and as you mentioned, has been strong going coast to coast at times. He's not going to do it here, just throwing that ball away and leaving it up to Bat and Paddy to figure out what's going on with the demo spawn and a little bit of a delayed rotation, and they're going to have to defend Cheeky here, but nothing doing. Bullseye again tasked with taking this one out. Ooh.
Yeah, and sort of looking at it. Oh my word, it surely is in. Yes, it is. They have the 2-goal lead. And what an important goal there was, because they were starting to fracture a little bit in defense with the pressure, but now they managed to get it out, transition, and find a goal. So a dangerous situation becomes a pretty good one for them.
I think that fracture may have been caused by the demolition plays coming in from D Flamingos. They've looked physical at times, and it was working there, at least having a bit of an effect. We saw a bit of a double commit from Bat and Paddy at a point. But yeah, Belly Bean Boys doing really well at just taking the ball away, finding their rotation, and go down the other end, which is exactly what they're doing here. Bat's going to be looking to pick Paddy up for sure, and he does exactly that. Great link up there by the Brothers, is what I'm calling them.
And that was great. I think Bat did well to draw the attention of everybody, and then Pat coming in there and sniping it in their near post. Nicely done, and wow, they've done pretty much exactly what DeFlamongos did. At the halfway point, bang on halfway, they have a 3-goal lead. So if the script runs as it should, DeFlamongos should score 2 by the end of the game. But the script is different out here in game 3 because it's 4 goals.
We've really been messed up by this series length change, but what's incredible, Belly Bean Boys, 4 shots now, 4 goals. So we talked about them needing to find some kind of offense after being reduced, their offense being reduced in the last game. While I'm not sure their offense has increased, it's just become markedly more efficient.
What would be amazing, and I'm not sure if they have a coach, but it would be brilliant if their coach said to them between games, you got to get a little bit more accurate with your shooting. Yeah, coach, here we are. Look at this. Oh, Cheeky's going to get one back. 3 goals, a minute 57. Should be doable. Oh, but it's tough.
You've got to get more accurate with your shots, which is the coaching version of just score, lol.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it. They've done it. Unfortunately, they have let in one down the other end, and there's still plenty of time now for DeFlamongos to get back into it, but that time is soon going to be running short, especially if another goal goes in. Bat smacking that at the top shelf, but it is denied for now. The transition down the other end, not to be Bullseye, once again left alone briefly, but he's doing well to slow things down. The demo coming in, Paddy there though to clean up, and a little bit more defending to do here, but 90 seconds remaining. It feels like a little bit too big of a task for Belly Bean Boys here. We'll see if they can somehow rise to the occasion and push back into this one. Oh, that might do it.
There should be one here. There it is.
Oh, Greybeard. Those drop-down passes are just sublime.
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. But you know what? I wonder, man, similar to what DeFlamongos did in the last game, you felt they did enough damage in that first half for it to be overcome. And I wonder, even though it's now 2 goals, there's time, but perhaps with scoring 4 goals in the first half, they might have done enough damage. However, 2 goals and another drop-down pass almost comes to fruition. And now Paddy, who's gotten very involved in this game, trying to set something up here, gets it past 1, is demolished for their efforts. But they don't need to score. They just got to burn up time here. And they might do a bit of both, almost finding the net there.
Yeah, time burning away. Nothing but embers of hope remain, but it's not entirely extinguished yet for Belly Bean Boys, especially when Bullseye gets dunked like that. But the defense from his teammates doing enough to shut things down in midfield. And Paddy's going to pretty much secure the game with that touch. If they can keep the ball down this end for just a little bit longer, it's going to be all but impossible for DeFlamongos to get back in. And yeah, it's pretty much over. Belly Bean Boys securing this one nice and easily.
Yeah, you know, the advantage of getting such a substantial early lead is that even if you concede to, like the Belly Bean Boys did there, you still feel like you've got the momentum. You know, there's no sense of panic yet. Generally speaking, there are, of course, occasions where enough doubt enters the mind of the team that they start to fall apart. But Belly Bean Boys were never going to do that. And it was a very similar game for them to what DeFlamongos had in the last game. Even though it became close at the end, you felt that they'd built enough momentum, done enough to withstand any attack and see it through to the end. So Belly Bean Boys pull ahead again.
They absolutely do. And regarding those kind of late, not comeback goals, but consolation goals. I do think the only effect they really have is maybe a slight positive effect on the team that loses. I don't think the team that's in the lead are really too bothered. They're like, you know what, we had a safe lead. We were just kind of out there. You know, we're doing what we needed to do and we managed it. Whereas the team that did lose, they can say, look, we found a bit of momentum. We did manage to unlock that defense and we can build on that, right? It can be a little bit of a foundation. So, but with that said, it's not anything substantial. It's not significant unless, you know, they're scoring 3 goals in the last minute or something like that.
I fully expect this game is going to swing toward Diflamongos. The series just kind of has that feeling about it, and then, you know, the best of 5 becomes a best of 3, and then we get down to the deciding game, and I do think we're going to see that decider.
I hope we see that decider. I feel like every semi-final should really be a Game 5 or a Game 7 or a Game 3, depending on format.
a compulsory deciding game.
Yeah, a decider. I'm glad that you've managed to coin that term. If only it existed when I started my sentence, we would have been good. But look, right now, Diflamongos on the defensive end. Domain doing well, though. Just nullifying the attack, keeping it stopped still and steady. Cheeky looking for a dunk, but it's not to be. Coca just trying to keep that off the surging Belly Bean boys, who won't be able to push out just yet. Although they do find a touch forward right now, so Diflamongos continue to defend.
And we're a minute in, and no early goals, which is what we've seen in both the last 2 games. So both tightening up on the defense or maybe backing off a little bit on the attack, not wanting to go behind. In particular, Diflamongos, knowing that they have to win this one. A demo play might open things up. It doesn't. Bat's going to get it round. This is dangerous, but Cheeky will touch it back to his own corner. Looks to try and get a bit more control rather than just bang it away. But the result is the same. It's still in there. Half Bat! Oh, he would want to have got that on target. Shoots it wide. But massive pressure from the Bean Boys.
Yeah, huge amounts of pressure. They've managed to just recycle possession. But down in their end briefly maybe here as Bat needs to pinch this off the side wall and get back to it. Coca using his flip reset to recover. Domain had a shot opportunity, so it's left up to Cheeky, but he was the last man back and he got dunked. So dangerous scramble back as Bullseye takes to the air, looks for the flip reset but can't find it. Coca will clear.
Wow, that missed opportunity almost turned into disaster for them. With the counter on the other side, they've survived at Coca, sending it long distance, but that was more a clearing shot than any kind of attacking intent. Cheeky going up for the ball and being sniped out of the air with a bump, but it is on the right side for them. But look at this, we're in the last 2 games, as we hit halfway, we had 3 goals and then 4 goals respectively, and here we are on nothing, or are we? No, it is cleared away by Bat. Another attempt is too soft to be any real danger, at least for now, but it does build and continue pressure for Diflamongos.
Bullseye trying to chase after this one in the corner. Coca shutting him down. Cheeky just venturing out to the near post there. If he'd been beaten, it would have been shenanigans on the goal line, but he had a good 50-50 and continue in this corner. Right now, Diflamongos just really struggling to get it away from that back left defensive side. They've managed here, but Cheeky, not enough boost in the tank to get back out and force that 50 into a good position.
Oh, this is a bit of a scramble. It might be awkward. Coca does have it, but Patty charging him down. And it feels like Diflamongos have been doing this a lot. Just that sort of hang in there, defend, try and get it out in some way. Make a brief foray into the other side and then defend again.
Oh, Cheeky had a chance to clang that to the back wall, but didn't quite catch it off the bounce. Domain just keeping things in this half, as is Coca, but no one from Diflamongos able to kind of get a second touch, a subsequent touch on the ball, which means that all the onus is on Belly Bean Boys to just, you know, keep possession. They can do what they want when the ball is just thrown away, handed to them with no follow-up pressure. And they're able to beat the pressure right here. Paddy getting it to the middle. Domain, though, not letting it cross the goal mouth. That big 50's got a little bit of boost to work with, but he is bumped off it by Domain. Coco with the spawn and a little bit of miscommunication. Now Coco's awkward, uses that 33 to get up and get down. Bullseye tries to keep it on, but can't quite make it. Cheeky up early for the dunk, but Bat, cool, calm, and collected, lays it off for Bullseye.
And this has echoes of that first game where Diflamongos had to do so much defending, fighting off 14 shots. And they've only been briefly in the orange side, and I'm amazed that they haven't conceded yet with the amount of attacks, the number of shots, and just the continued pressure from Belly Bean Boys. They've not been able to get through, and somehow we're about to end this game, and the possibility of a goalless overtime, unless something wild happens here, but I don't think so.
Setup is here. Cheeky keeps it alive. 50-50, pops high. Paddy with the shot towards net. That is Domain with the touch out wide, though the ball not touching the ground just yet. And it does eventually find some grass touching it, unlike these Rocket League players. And we do have an overtime.
Indeed we do, and it's a critical one, obviously, for Diflamongos. They've got to win this to force a game 5. On the other hand, Belly Bean Boys, they want to take this down now and move into the finals. And well, we've just had 5 minutes with no goal, and and you sort of go, okay, are we going to see at least another 5 more minutes the way this is going?
Yeah, we could be here for a long time for sure, but sometimes it feels like when you have those goalless regular time games, it can be over in the first minute. And it's usually some kind of garbage goal, right, where it'll just kind of pinch off a defender, or there'll be a weird whiff rather, and the defense are just not ready for it, and it trickles across the line. I'm hoping we see something a little bit special here, but I think the thing to take away here is, despite Belly Bean Boys once again dominating the offensive end, it's down to a single goal. It's down to the next goal. And that next goal, if it is for Belly Bean Boys, means they do move on. If it isn't for them, if Diflamingos find it, we will have a game number 5.
Well, we've had a minute 20 overtime, and no team has broken yet. And it feels like, you know, and what I'm about to say is really stupid, because it feels like overtimes end really quickly, which is like every single overtime that's ever happened has ended quickly. But it, you know, it's in a rhythm now. It's one side, the other, defensive work, attacking work, and it feels like there's never going to be a goal, and then bang, there's this unexpected play, and that will eventually happen. But we're about to roll over to 2 minutes, and there's just no sign of a goal either side. No, there isn't.
It is kind of like, who's going to fall into complacency? Who's going to just lull themselves to sleep with that rhythm that you talked about? And then who is it that's going to take advantage? Or who is it that's going to force an advantage? Change up the rhythm, actively speed things up or slow things down, or maybe throw a fake or an extra demo in. We see one there, but I don't think it's going to affect the play immediately. Domain looks for another bump, and the double commit comes in. That could be the change in rhythm, whether it's for or against Belly Bean Boys. It was something a little bit different from the monotony that has been the 2.5 minutes of this overtime. When I say monotony, I don't necessarily mean boring play. It's just been very same. Oh, that's a dunk. He goes low and pinches it under the defense.
Yeah, you were talking about the examples of those kind of goals that go in. I mean, that was such a nice little touch there, but it rolls in at like 50 k's an hour. You know, not the blistering flip reset musty what. That was just touch in and it rolls on by. And wow, they've done it. Belly Bean Boys move on into the finals.
The grand finals. They do move on, and they will be going up against Mustu Fluck, a team that we did predict to make it all the way to the finals. And that's going to be one hell of a matchup. Belly Bean Boys, very fun to watch, but they will be up against their biggest test yet. Not just in name, it's not just the grand finals, but Mustu Fluck definitely the favorites going into this one, and the reigning champions from last week. They did make it all the way to the victory. And may I remind Greybeard and everyone watching, $345 prize pool that's going to be divvied up with the winner of that grand final getting the majority. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to crown the winner of our $100 clip contest. So it's going to be a banger of a goal. We'll have to find out who won that one and what it looked like after this one. I will remind you, though, if you do score tasty looking goals, keep an eye out on the Hyperluxe Twitter at HyperluxeGG. They run contests. They do this competition on the regular. So keep an eye on the Twitter. Clip your good goals and maybe send them in.
Keep the clips.
Keep them clips. I mean, we all keep the clips, right? But look, we're going to go set up for that next match. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get the final game underway just after this break. Welcome back for the final time this evening to the Hyperluxe Knockout Series number 3. I'm joined once more by Greybeard, and we're about to cover the grand final. All of the games up to this point, building to this moment, Greybeard. But first, we're going to take a little look at a very special goal. A contest-winning goal, in fact, Greybeard. Something special.
$100 goal.
$100 goal. Imagine. So we're not even talking about the prize money from this tournament. This is a clip contest, the Hyperluxe Gaming Clip Contest. Run through Twitter. Keep an eye out on the Twitter account of Hyperluxe. That's at HyperluxeGG. And you can possibly submit a clip of you scoring a goal and get $100 for it. We're going to check that one out right now. The winner of the contest, I will say, is Jushu, or Jushu. I'm not sure. I apologize. You're not going to be too mad because you're getting a whole bunch of money. But, Greybeard, I think we should check out the goal that won it all. What do you think?
You've been going on about this for ages. Let's get to this clip.
Okay. So I saw a flip reset there. I'm not really sure what else to call that.
I know how it ended, Muntz. I mean, it was a gorgeous air dribble, flip reset, and a banger of a finish. But that was all about the early play that onto the wall. That I couldn't quite figure out. I mean, that was incredibly juicy.
Yeah, that little flip into the ball, and he's kind of bounced up the curb, just come after that, into the air dribble. I rated that a lot. Full length of the field, just about, and like we said, looked like it was in a little bit of a competitive match. Might have been up there, but congratulations once more to the winner of that $100. Jushu was the champion and the most stylish goal. Once again, those competitions run, and announcements about this competition as well, run on at HyperluxeGG on Twitter. Get into it, get following, but it's time to check out the grand final, Greybeard.
Well, you know what? This competition hasn't been running for long, but already Mutsu, the defending champions, emerging as a team that seems very difficult to stop. And the Belly Bean boys stopped D Flamongos in the last round. But man, judging from what we saw last week and their run into the finals, they've got themselves a chunky bit of work to get done here in the grand final.
Yeah, Mustu Fluck definitely the favorites heading into this one. At least that seemed to be the consensus in the green room. Only time will tell if Belly Bean boys are able to match up to this second European opposition. They did fend off D Flamongos in the last one, also hailing from Europe. These lads on Mustu Fluck, coming from a little further north, around the Scandinavia area, not too far from where I am right now. But these guys, they are grizzled veterans of the European bubble scene. You see them in a lot of tournaments. I'm pretty sure they were in qualifying for RLCS today and maybe crashed out a little bit earlier than anticipated, or maybe not earlier than anticipated, since they had signed up for this tournament before the qualification games started. But look, this game started. This is a best of 5 Greybeard. The winner will take the largest portion of that prize kitty, that $345.
Yeah, well, we've just seen the Belly Bean boys, and they did a competent job to take the last one down 3-1. And they've had a little bit of early action here. Patty is not he's gonna lose out on the 50 to Rexo. But now Bat Creamy's up nice. Fairly, you know what, he was never in trouble there, and it just looked like such a comfortable, confident up to save. But Patty trying to bring it down and around, and I think trying to break the laws of physics to score a goal there. It almost comes off, but now they've got to scramble back. There's been a demo which might get them into a bit of strife, but early positive signs here for the Belly Bean boys.
Positive signs, but they're going to have to hold off a Creamy attack right now as he looks for the flip reset off the 50-50. HB keeps it high and Rexo. Oh, I would have backed him to hit that target, but it doesn't matter. The crossbar bounce falls into HB's arms and he relinquishes control of the ball into the back of the net.
And Patty looking for the in and out save. Not sure that was the right option. Getting himself completely stuck on one side of the net. Ball went the complete other side, giving him no chance to save it. And despite early good signs and early pressure, they have conceded. They go behinds, and Mustu are have made a statement about their intent here.
I mean, Belly Bean boys haven't started badly by any means, other than, you know, the obvious, the elephant in the room, that goal. They've had chances of their own. They've fought off chances with Mustu Fluck and restricted them to one single solitary goal, or one solitary shot. Sorry. Unfortunately for them, that was a goal. I'm mixing my sentences up bad here. Just as Mustu Fluck are mixing up the attack, but Bat reading that one. Oh no, he doesn't. Creamy with the read and the dunk to follow. But now a transition attempt from Bullseye and Patty. They look for the 3-player passing play, but it is cut out by Rexo.
And what's concerning me here for the Belly Bean boys is we spoke, I think, look at this by HB. Oh my word. And yeah, I mean, Rexo doing very well to get a flip reset pass into in front of the net. Edgeby finishing it off. But you spoke in the first series about a play style where teams are happy to absorb pressure and look for their opportunities up front. And Mustu are giving me the idea they are more than happy and comfortable to do what they got to do in defense, but they've made a massive mistake here, Muntz, and Bullseye is going to reap some benefit from that mistake.
Yeah, Edgeby not doing much of anything right there as the big whiff on the back all comes in, and that is a gift for Belly Bean boys, and they're going to need a couple gifts like that if they're going to be able to find a way back into this game. They have done that, to be honest. They've got 2.5 minutes left. Just got to stop every single shot from Mustu Fluck from looking like a goal-scoring opportunity. They need to get Mustu Fluck out, get their angles sorted so the shots don't have power, so the aerials don't have directness. See if they can transition, find some of those opportunities of their own. For now, passing plays like that are just going to cut them to pieces. Mustu Fluck looking clinical.
This was amazing. Rexu to Edgeby, and then I'm not sure if it was an intended pass, but I mean, it just worked out beautifully, and it looked fantastic, and they take a 2-goal lead.
2-goal lead with a little over 2 minutes to go. We saw that fake kickoff in a previous series, but not from Mustu Fluck, and they're the ones that are executing it right here. And that's the two diagonal players going for the kickoff and then just fading away at the last second and leaving the middle back player to bomb it forward and hope for a redirect. Now, Rexo putting that onto the backboard. No boost, but he will pick up a corner, which allows him to hang around a little bit longer. See if Edgeby can read this play and poke it back into the midfield. Instead, it's Creamy poking it midfield, but Bat we'll get a good clear on that, and Must-Do-Fluck are going to have to restart.
Yeah, and as the time gets lower, it becomes harder for them, and it is, I mean, the only goal for the Belly Bean boys came through a mistake from Edgeby, and it hasn't come through any real creative attacking play of their own, and somehow they're going to have to find that. The time, and as this game has gone on, early on, Must-Do looked quite happy to kind of play from the back, but as the game has gone on, they've pushed further and further forward and commanding more of the field further up.
Maybe with a missed touch. A little bit reminiscent of Edgeby's miss, but not as significant as he did have a second defender back, ready and waiting. Rexo's made it over the top of Bat, but Patty better clean up. But again, just throwing possession away. I'd like to see them try to catch that. Maybe take a play off the bounce rather than just smacking it back into the waiting arms of Must-Do-Fluck, who now have time to link together. Edgeby's going to look for the flip reset. He does get it over the top of Bat, but it is pushed wide, which means the shot coming in on an angle. Rexo with the follow, and once again, it's a little period of rapid pressure. It's not that they're not setting up shop, so to speak, but they're just peppering the backboard and then eking out an opportunity.
Yeah, but as you say that, they're a little bit like a fast approaching storm. You see it coming, and you realize you've got very little bit of time to prepare, and then before you've even gotten anything ready, the storm is here and it is battering you, and they're coming again. And after a fairly close opening stanza to this game, it's been a fairly dominating performance by the defending champions, and they are going to take game number 1.
Yeah, the Europeans just a little bit too strong in this first game of the best of 5 series, which is the grand final. But as we've mentioned previously, in these best of 5, sometimes this first game, it's not really going to set the tone necessarily for the rest of the series. The thing is, Must-Do-Fluck are a very good team. This could well signify how this entire series is going to go.
There's, I think, experienced players are one thing. You can have great individual players, and I'm not sure how long Must-Do have been playing together, but they have a sense about them that they... people who've played together a long time can be terrifying, because even if they're not mechanically good, and I'm certainly not suggesting that's the case here, just the understanding between players and that mutual understanding and trust can be such a massive factor. And for me, that's kind of what I see with this team. Absolutely.
And as I mentioned, these players, they have been around the block once or twice or 10 times. I've cast a fair few bubble tournaments around the European scene over the months, and these guys are in the majority of them. I actually can't think of one where they hadn't entered. So they know...
Not their first rodeo.
Not their first rodeo, absolutely. They've been here, they've done it, and they've plucked that chicken.
Ooh, look at this, the fake kickoff.
You love to see it, honestly. Oh, really works out.
That would have been devastating. And what an opening stanza, opening play. Patty is got... Oh, there's an opportunity here. Tries to follow through with the bump to set things up. Doesn't work out, but good, aggressive play. But look at this transition. Rexo gets it past one, but Bat tracks back and does enough to disrupt things. But the pressure is on. It's a scramble for the Belly Bean boys, and they're not out of danger yet. Patty's missed here, and that's going to set up Edgeby. Shoots, it's too soft, and they get away with it. But still, okay, now they got a moment to breathe, maybe collect some boost, and reset themselves.
Edgeby gone for a bit of a backflip into that shot when I think he might have been better served with the front, but it doesn't matter. It's all irrelevant what happened seconds ago because Creamy's absolutely buried that one.
Oh. Man, oh man, and we're, 52 seconds in, and it is Must-Do-Fluck with a game in their back pocket already, and now a goal to add to it, and here comes Creamy. Flip reset. I mean, these guys seem to flip reset at will.
Yeah, quite literally. They're like, running a little bit low on boost. I might just catch a reset here and progress the play just a little bit further than I could without it. Edgeby, he's picked up some boost here, but Paddy snuck underneath him. The Bean Boys with a rare jaunt into the offensive end, but that adventure is shut down somewhat prematurely. Might have another chances. Bullseye looks to pick up the boost, but he's forced to turn back, just rushing this one into the waiting arms of Edgeby. Defense combining quite nicely, I have to say, after that initial panic to just pinch that one clear, but it's only as far as halfway. Here comes one of those flip resets. No, it's a fake into a pass, and Rexo finishes it off into the bottom corner.
Man, you know what? When you see the sort of okay, how good do you have to be to fake a flip reset? I mean, oh my word, ridiculous.
And they lulled them into a rhythm, right? They're getting flip resets time and time again. So you see Edgeby go upside down, then you think, oh, he's definitely going for. I mean, I called it. He's going for a flip reset. Oh no, it's a fake. Everyone on the server thought that was going to be, except for Edgeby, and then the pass coming in beautifully. So really well worked play.
Yeah, very, very nicely done, and they're looking solid. They're looking in command. The only goal for the Belly Bean Boys coming in that last game through a mistake, and they haven't made too many here. A bit of a mistake, double committing there, which has not gotten them into trouble here. Maybe something can happen. Bat. Surely now. Trying to sort of take it slow. A little bit of a fake jump, almost works out. But a couple of times this game, they've gotten themselves in front of the net. But they just seem to be short on ideas on what to do once they're there.
I think also, like, when you don't have when there's a long period where you can't really latch onto the ball like Bat's doing right now, when you finally do get a chance to take possession, you kind of feel rushed anyway. It's been a while since, you've been able to have a calculated, considered play or opportunity. So when it does fall your way, you kind of snatch at it. Or maybe you just play the ball off the bounce and it goes downfield and the other team can take over. It's the same with shooting. When that ball does finally fall to you, Creamy pre-jumps that. When the ball finally does fall to you, you're not used to it, so you don't have really any idea, and you just take the first one that comes to mind. Not too many ideas needed here. There was one option, that was put it on net because the goalkeeper had been annihilated.
Yeah, and the most positive thing about this for me is that it was a constructed goal. It was a goal they scored rather than having one handed to them, and very nicely done. And the communication was good. One player took control of the ball, the other one going forward for the demo and executing the demo very well. So that's good. That's a positive. Can they double up here? Oh, the touchdown. Bat is going to be beaten out by Rexo, but not comfortably cleared, but Creamy comes in and completes a long distance clear and immediately puts them into an attacking position, although they're not going to complete, and maybe Belly Bean Boys can have another shot at it.
Bullseye, Edgeby, no, he's just done it. He finds the angle to the top corner. It looks so easy. And I have to say, Greybeard, this might be game 2 in the bag. These boys looking a little spicy.
Wow. Yeah, they are indeed. And they've looked untroubled. Yeah, they've made mistakes. And, they got punished in the first game with a mistake. A couple of sort of dodgy looking plays here. But the vast majority of the time, they look untroubled. I think that's what it is for me, is there's never any sense like the game is going to get beyond their control.
Yeah, oh my goodness. There's a little bit of out of control play. Belly Bean Boys resting a goal. Oh, Edgeby annihilated. It's another well-timed demo, isn't it?
All right, well, 2 goals coming through 2 excellent demo plays. So that's a good strategy. They can make that work for them. And they've got the time here. And we've been talking up Mustu, but oh dear. There it is. 2-goal lead reestablished.
Edgeby. Edgeby. Yep, that's my contribution to the goal on that play.
I'm trying to think of a time. For me, I love this game. I play it a lot. But if a ball hits the ceiling, that marks the end of my involvement in the play.
And
Not for these guys.
Yeah, my remark is often, oh, wasn't expecting the ceiling touch.
Exactly. Oh, it's so wonderful to see the level of control that can be obtained. And if you think this is a bubble team, players on the bubble, this isn't even at the top level yet. And the skill ceiling within this game is just mind-blowing. But opportunity still, it's probably going to be too little too late if they get it in, which they don't. And as we stand now, it's going to be a 2-game lead for Must2Fluck, and they're looking pretty solid to defend their title.
Yeah, looking like, it's weird to say, but it looks like they've found some form here in game number 2. Which is funny, because Belly Bean Boys scored more goals in this game than they did in the last, but Must2Fluck, like you mentioned, looking unbothered, looking comfortable, and looking completely in control, whether that be in individual plays or the game as a whole. So they're going to sit pretty on 3 match points. Belly Bean Boys needing to reverse sweep if they want to win this grand final.
Yeah, well, they're probably, Must2Fluck are probably gonna take this, and I don't want to call it too early, but Belly Bean Boys, they got to put up a fight here. They've got to take this game. They've got to show some fire in the belly along with the beans and take a game.
Oh, nice little fake kickoff start. Interesting. Both teams kind of faking, and yeah, it was interesting. Creamy.
You go. No, you go. No, you go.
Yeah, after you, sir. Not after you, sir. It was very polite, actually. Yeah, I'm there for it. Oh, I thought Creamy was own goaling for a brief moment then, but just prodding that over his own neck.
All right, the long distance clear. Oh, Edgeby looking for the red redirect. Oh, my word. I think there were 5 out of the 6 players all up for that ball for a brief moment. You don't see that too often. Oh, the fake was outstanding. Flummoxed the entire team.
I was getting excited for the pre-flip redirect attempt, and I guess Rexo was as well. He thought the contact was coming in, but no contact to be had. The faking comes into the quick chat. I don't think the viewers at home can see that, but the players, I guess, enjoying that one as it just rolled in. Rolled into the back of the net.
Well, is this, I think, am I correct in saying this is the first lead that the Belly Bean Boys have had? I think it is, yeah. which will be very good for them. And their big challenge right now is how long can they hold on to it? The good news is they've got a lead. The bad news is there is so much time left.
There is, and they're spread out right now. Creamy has got all the time in the world to get the flip reset, but shut down by Bullseye. Edgeby, the latest. He's got the 50-50. Creamy's there to follow it up, but Edgy gets in his way. Which means Bullseye's going to take over. Patty got the beat. He's not going to have the angle, although he has a red hot go at it. And there's going to be another shot coming in, but Bullseye forced wide.
Oh man, that was a good opportunity. They could have taken a second there. They don't take it. Patty down, but Edgeby just waits for it. Knows he's got. Okay, so what's going on there? Now we have Must2Fluck, the players racing each other to get to the ball first to see who's going to take it. But which is not often the best strategy. But with these guys, it's kind of like, yeah, well, why not? Game level.
Bullseye had a lot to think about alone at the back then. He's thinking, is this going to go air to ground to air again, or is Edgeby coming over the top for the instant shot, or is he coming over the top to come and bump me, and then suddenly a kind of combination of all those things happened, and then the ball was in the back of his net. Not a great place to be there, and very confusing to deal with as a defender.
And you know, when you're playing a team as good as these guys are, and you've scored a goal, no! They got through the entire team. Bat is going to get the final touch, but this was all about Bullseye bullying his way, almost getting through and setting up that goal.
I've been so impressed with this player throughout this tournament. We've now seen 2 games with Belly Bean Boys, 2 series rather, and throughout those series, Bullseye, his ability to catch, slow down the play, and then find an advantageous beat into a 50-50. Like, it's such a valuable skill to be able to get past a player. That's another way to get past a player. Just have your teammate remove them from contention. And as we hit half-time, the scoreline is equal. I'll stop singing Bullseye's praises because Rexo, I think the one to be praised there, or whoever it was that came into demo.
That was an ice cold kill right there, setting up the goal, and it's insta leveled. And you know, when you're playing a team, I was trying to say earlier, when you get ahead, you feel so good, and in your mind, you know that you don't have to score again to win this game. But when that team levels up, and then you go, oh man, somehow we got to find another goal. They did manage to, but they've given it up, and now they got to start from scratch.
He's going to be playing this backwards, trying to pick up the corner boost. Instead, he's just set up Belly Bean Boys for their third goal of this game. Gotta say, this is another gift, but it's one fella given willingly, strangely enough.
Yeah, well, this is their third lead. They've given up the last two. Can they hold on to this? And we've had a five goal game, and but still, you feel with 2 minutes remaining, that's a lot of time to keep Must-Do-Fluck quiet.
So much time, and this is a team that feels like they're threatening with every attack. Limited to defense momentarily. Paddy's going to try and extend that moment. He does manage to get past one and poke it back, gets the bump play, but Bullseye can't find an angle on target. A fake comes in, and Bat's going to take that and put it into the back of the net. The whole defense just sent the wrong way from this fake from Bullseye.
Yeah, the fake from Bullseye, but also a bump earlier on, kind of scrambling their defense. And I'm very impressed with how the Belly Bean Boys have come out and taken this game. They've fought and they've done well, and they have grabbed it. They've set up opportunities and then grabbed them and scored. It's fantastic to see, and it would be really nice for them to make Must-Do sweat a little.
A little bit of sweat, good for the soul. Oh, double commits though, not so much. Somehow the defenses combined, and Bat and Bullseye roam down the pitch, unable to get the bump on Rexo. He's going to take it over the top of one. Look for the bump on the other one as Creamy takes over with the shot, but that shot goes a little bit high. The boost steal does come in, which means Paddy got to flip after this one and gets demoed for his troubles.
Yeah, and here they come. I think Muktu now looking to step it up a little, realizing they're running low on time, and they're going to let a team in. And you know, the danger is, for me, the most dangerous thing for your opposition in Rocket League is hope. When they have hope, they're going to keep fighting and they're going to go hard. And right now, I think they've got more than a little of it, and they go, okay, maybe these guys aren't all that. Maybe we can find a way through. But welcome to the 25-second sweatfest.
Oh, we're getting another one. Bullseye and Bat both there, but the shot gets past them. Too much power for them to keep it away. As you mentioned, 25 seconds of sweat here for Belly Bean Boys. 25 seconds. 20 now for Must-Do-Fluck to get back into this game, perhaps force an overtime and look to clinch the series and the tournament in 3. But first, they're going to have to hold off an attack by Belly Bean Boys. They're going to have to go the length of the field, though they've made a good effort from it. Rexo with the shot. Bullseye denies him at the last. And surely this ball is going to hit the ground. It will. Belly Bean Boys take their first and start the long road back into this series.
You know, you spoke about Bullseye early in this game, and he finishes with the lowest points, but he seemed to be involved in all the plays. The goals conceded, the goals scored, some of the saves, and keeping his team ahead with that save in the dying seconds. And I got to tell you, Muntz, for all of those last 25 seconds, I was convinced Must-Do-Fluck were going to score and level it up, and we'd be in an overtime now.
Definitely had a little bit of worry that would be the case. Look, credit to Belly Bean Boys. They locked it up. That Sweatfest went their way. Must have towels on hand ready for the quick, dry action. But look, huge step for them. Will it be enough? Do they have enough in them to win 2 more games in a row to deny Must-Do-Fluck what we thought was inevitable?
you know what? It's a long distance for them to go, but it's tough to think about the entire road you got to travel. They had a great game, and now they just got to think about, okay, the very next one, and this kickoff, their next play. Take it moment by moment and see where they find themselves. But they have done it once. The big concern is you do feel that Must-Do have a gear or two they can go to, and if they hit those, tough times for the Belly Bean boys.
Absolutely. I said it does feel like the ceiling on Must-Do Flunk is incredibly high, and I'm not sure we've reached it yet, even though we've seen some spectacular plays from them. In that last game, I kind of feel like when they went behind, they kind of reset things. They stopped going for those flare plays. We saw the demos coming in. They got a goal from one of those demos, and they were playing very aggressively. And I'm honestly not sure it helped them. Here's a pretty routine play around the corner, but I kind of think they look at their best when they're going for those high flying plays.
God.
Oh, that was a recovery, my goodness.
What?
I called it orthodox, I take it back.
No, that was amazing. That was unbelievable. What a great play, and they are ahead.
First look, it just looked like you just rolled it around the corner.
Yeah. I know. Well, there you go. And to quote Muntz, oh, there's a regulation play around the corner.
No, thanks for calling me out on that. No, I appreciate it. I've never felt so offended to just be quoted before, you know?
Yeah, but all right. Well, and this is what we were talking about. They have that capability, and they didn't really use it that last game. But if they... Oh, look at this! Oh, there's going to be a return! We have a level game! Bat on the scoreboard.
I'm so here for this. Bullseye just doing enough to get it over one, and Edgeby, I think it was, looking to follow, couldn't read it off the ceiling. That was one of ours. Oh, didn't expect it to hit the ceiling that hard. And then it's in the back of the net.
Oh, well, here we go. Okay, eBay backing off on it, but he'll take control. Is he going to go? Oh, look at this. No, come on, man. You know, hitting flip resets like I hit diagonal flips.
Oh, goodness gracious, Edgeby. Yeah, something else. I've not seen a player with quite such an unpredictable play style. I'm not even sure he's the most mechanical on the team, but he's definitely the most creative in this series and the most hard to read. Bullseye, I think, spawning there and able to get a touch. Paddy continuing. He does get it past Creamy. He's momentarily out of the play after he misses that flip with no boost in the tank. Edgeby's going to keep it into the corner. Bat's going to force it out into the open field. Rexo's there to read, but Bullseye with the ceiling attempt. He's not going to be able to get that on target, but he does put it into a dangerous area. Unfortunately for Belly Bean boys, it's read by the defense, and they've ripped a shot to follow. And they are doing so well to keep this pressure up, but they've got to be careful they don't overcommit. There's not much boost for them to go around. They do get the corner boost, and they will have the shot, but Paddy can't find the opening in the net, and oh, eventually it ping-pongs in. What is going on? We're in a pinball machine right now, Greybeard.
But what a passage of play. How long was that, Muntz? That felt like a good 25, 30 seconds of just relentless pressure. And I have to say, I love that the Belly Bean boys they're giving as good as they're getting. As astonishingly good as Must-Do are. They're not letting it get to them. They're meeting them toe to toe, shot for shot, and they have a 2-goal lead.
Not just meeting them right now, Greybeard, they're beating the Bullseye over the top of 2 with the perfect setup for Bat, and they go up by 2 with half the game remaining.
Last game, we saw the first time they took a lead, which they gave up twice, then took another one, took the game down, and now they have, in the context of things, a luxurious 2-goal lead, and almost a third.
Oh, they might be going down here, though. The passing play in transition, almost enough, but the defense there. The shot was just about off target, but needed to be dealt with anyway. Paddy just needed one little itty bitty redirect, and in the end, it's a little itty bitty shot to the far post, and Bat finds a 4th for his team. Never ask me about what I just said, because I don't want to think about it.
Well, you know what? It is fantastic. The Belly Bean Boys are showing up here to Mustuflux party like the drunken uncle you didn't invite, and he's ruining everything.
Ruining everything. The drunken uncle. Sorry, I was trying to find some way to follow that, and I just couldn't. So I think we just need to take a deep breath and see what Rexo's going to do with that ball and the 93-odd boost he had in the tank. Bullseye stopping him in his tracks, and Paddy flicking it over the top. HB, though, so dangerous in these areas. The early flip down to Bullseye. He's got the good read on it, and we'll be able to follow it into that corner. Does manage to get the boost, which means that 50-50 is going to be followed up by all three Belly Bean Boys, and Bullseye finding the bottom of the corner.
You know what? The last game, you felt like the Belly Bean Boys eked out a win. Like they scrapped hard for a win. Now, here they are dominating right now. It is fantastic to see. And they've figured out a way to beat Mustu at their game.
Absolutely. We're seeing flare plays, we're seeing demos, we're seeing early challenges that are going to turn Mustuflux into Mustuflustered.
There you go. That's a goodie. Oh, the pass into the middle, too far for Bat. And now less than a minute, and what a luxurious position to be in. You know, you get into the last minute, and you got a 4-goal lead to protect. You got to be feeling pretty good. You don't have to score. Score if you can. Oh, but don't get too sloppy. My word. Okay, there's a double commit here from Mustu, but it's going to be okay. We're getting into the last half minute, and we should be going to a decider, Munts, in this grand final, that goal notwithstanding. And you know what? If they undo what I've just said in the last 28 seconds, well, then you know what? They deserve it. And I would accept my curse graciously.
There could be some shenanigans off the kickoff. They've been playing with these double diagonal fakes, and it's another fake one here, but all three players back in their own corner. Actually, one went for the mid-boost, but that shuts down all hope there. I thought maybe the set piece off the kickoff going into a goal, and then we'd have an element of doubt, but even if this one goes in, okay, right, there is an element of doubt. I was going to say, even if this goes in, maybe we're okay, but if I'm Belly Bean Boys, I'm stressing a little bit right here.
Well, you know what the problem is? Because you know what the thought in the mind is the thought that goes to your head is, surely not. Surely not. And that's not very comfortable. I mean, okay. Yeah, it's on the wrong side of the pitch, and
surely
that hasn't worked out for them. Yeah, I think even the most optimistic of us can accept now that it is the Belly Bean Boys that have forced a Game 5.
I tell you what, Greybeard, I did not think we would be here. I will fully admit it. I thought, and I said it in the green room, I think this is going to be a sweep for Mustuflux, and it might even be a heavy one. And it looked to be that way. Well, you know what? I haven't seen this team play. I only had to go off what you were telling me about last week and how good they are, and the fact that you've seen them around the EU circuit. So I didn't really have anything to comment. But after the opening 2 games, I go, yeah, this is going to be a cakewalk for them. But here we are, going to a Game 5, and we have to give massive credit to the Belly Bean Boys for how they've composed themselves after going behind 2 games and to bring the fight to a very good team. Yeah, regardless of what happens in this game number 5, in this final game, Belly Bean Boys can be proud of this fight back. Reverse sweeps are not common outside of best of 3s, and they've done incredibly well to just get here. Of course, they'll be wanting to win it. They won't be caring too much about what we say about being proud of their effort. When you get this close, it hurts just a little bit more, especially if you've been on that big comeback trail. But winning 2 games in a row, no easy feat against Mustuflux, no matter what team you are. Winning 3, that's a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
And well, I have to say, Greybeard, I can't bet against Mustuflux in this final game.
And fair enough, but you know what? we all love the underdog story.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the difference for the Belly Bean Boys between winning and losing here is if they lose, everyone says, you know what, you guys did great. You know, we're really proud of you. So there's either that option or, oh my God, you guys are insane. So, you know, there's a difference there, and they're going to want to have that.
There is a difference. It is kind of almost a, even though they would lose, it's kind of a win-win scenario, right? if you want to inject some copium, it's a win-win. Whereas for Must-Do Flak, there's definitely a big potential L in that scenario for them. Getting reverse swept it's memes at that point. Could go on Twitter. I mean, it'll be good impressions for us and Hyperluxe saying, look at the big reverse sweep. But thing is, Must-Do Flak would be on the end of that. They would be getting the impressions as well. And my impressions of this opening minute, it's been pretty back and forth, pretty cagey. Neither team really having a good opportunity.
Yeah, and the tough thing for Must-Do, if they go on to win this, then they will feel they'll be pleased that they won, but a little frustrated that they made it this hard.
Absolutely. Oh, that's an angle.
Oh, the angle was amazing, and they might still get it. The opportunity's still there, but now you made this point a few games ago. They've left themselves a little bit vulnerable at the back by playing very high up. They're gonna survive it, but that was nervy.
Nervy and lacking boost. It's so hard to defend those counterattacks when you don't have the luxury of picking up the mid boost on the way back or the corner boost in the rotation. Because when that counterattack is direct and speedy, you've got to block the route to goal no matter the cost. And they've done incredibly well, have Belly Bean Boys, and going to look for an opportunity here, though. Bat running out of boost again, this time on the offensive end. He couldn't find the flip reset either. Bullseye does his customary catch, dribble, and beat, but no one there to follow up.
All right, well, we're rolling toward halftime. No, oh my gosh. Okay, so Bat nearly gave me a heart attack there, but it was an intentional clear via his own backboard, and it was a lot further from the goal than I immediately thought. And we're at halfway, and not a goal to be found after pretty much a goal festival last game.
Well, that's indeed. That cagey minutes kind of turned into a cagey first half. But here's a chance for Creamy to batter that off the bounce, and Bat meets it head on. Paddy now trying to catch. Actually, he's managed to find that little bounce touch off the wall. It's awkward though after the touch from Creamy. Rexo surely scores that, but he is denied. Oh, the bump from Creamy scores in chaos though. Bullseye able to recover and get the clear.
Oh man, but they're on their knees right now. They're being bumped and smacked around, and the shots are coming in thick and fast. Somehow they hold on, and they've done very well to do so. Patty, the shot's going to go wide in the midfield, but the pressure is all with Must-Do at the moment. And the Belly Bean Boys struggling. They might have a moment to breathe here and maybe pick up a few pads and reset themselves, but it's been a sustained period of pressure.
Belly Bean Boys, only the 2 goals to their name right now, whereas Must-Do Flak are just rattling shots off the crossbar. They've got 7 now in the past 4 minutes, but we're about to enter the final minute, and this could still go any direction. We talked about it in previous series, Greybeard. It doesn't matter how good you are. Rocket League is a fickle game, and it can just take one pixel to not go your way, and suddenly you're staring down the barrel of that loss. And right now, Must-Do Flak have to be feeling nervous because one demo, one bump, one miss could spell the end of their tournament run and nail them on to a second place finish, and it's right there. Bat picks it out off the sidewall, and that could be the winner.
Oh my, was that just a tournament winning moment, Munts? Oh my word. Wow, it's been cagey, it's been nervy, it's been intense. And now the Belly Bean Boys on the verge of pulling off a rarity, the reverse sweep against what has been a very good team. But my word, they've played fantastically, and if they do go on to win it, I think very few people would say that's undeserved.
If they do. The keyword is if.
If they do.
Creamy plays this forward, but the defense is there to meet it. 15 seconds now. If there was 25 seconds of sweat, I don't know what. This is 15 seconds of blood, sweat, tears. It's all coming out right now. 5 seconds in it. Creamy looking for the flip reset, but it's been so easy all day long. A pass. Oh, what a save from Bullseye at the last. But Rexo has a final chance, and again, denied by Bullseye. Pinched down the other end of the field. Creamy with a pinch of his own, and Rexo playing it backwards. Bat there. Surely he's going to ground it. My goodness, Mustufluck are doing well to keep this alive. This ball will not drop. I don't know how much boost Edgeby has. It doesn't matter. It's not enough. Belly Bean Boys complete the reverse sweep.
Yo. Well, it has to be said, Belly Bean Boys. Oh my God, you guys are insane! What a comeback. We have seen a reverse sweep, and, and Bullseye, someone commented at the end, Creamy commenting that last save by Bullseye was very lucky. I don't know. That's not the first time we've seen Bullseye do that in the net. And a deserved win. I mean, they fought. They were 2 games down against such a good team, and they kept fighting. They brought the game. They brought the fire. What a win. What a series.
That was insane. Like we said, Mustufluck, heavy favorites going into this one. Heavy favorites from the start of the tournament. They looked to be closing it out in style, in their typical panache and pizzazz, but it wasn't to be. Belly Bean Boys grinding it out, securing the 3-game wins in a row, making it all the way back with the reverse sweep. Was not expecting it. I'm so happy to have made it this far, Greybeard. That was unreal.
That was fantastic, and I thought I'd be in bed now after those first 2 wins. I was like, okay, cool. We're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go to bed. But here we are after a 5-game thriller. Fantastic stuff. And Mustufluck, they have made the grand final 2 weeks on the trot. Their win rate, however, falls to 50, and no doubt we will see them back and fighting and coming to restore what happened here tonight.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see them again in the future. And we're going to start wrapping this one up, but don't go anywhere just yet, because we do need to talk about some big things coming up in the future on this channel and in the scene itself, because Hyperluxe are kicking off their Founders League. It's starting on February 12th, and there are going to be thousands of dollars of prizes. It's going to be 4 weeks of competition. Teams will gain points throughout the competition and then qualify for a championship bracket, and that's where things get very interesting. But keep in touch with Hyperluxe on the various social medias, specifically Twitter at HyperluxeGG. But if you're in doubt, you can catch all the links below. Don't forget to join the Discord as well. Everything's on there. Big things are coming, and I think we're gonna see a few more exciting finishes like this one before it's all said and done.
And a big up to Hyperluxe. I love how they're getting involved with Rocket League. In my mind, Rocket League is poised to be the world's best esport, biggest esport, and the more involved, the better. And they've gone in large with it. So big up to them, and what a pleasure to be a part of it, Minx.
It has been a pleasure, Greybeard. It's been a pleasure to cast alongside you once again. It was a pleasure to cast that match. Huge respect to Mustufluck and the winners, Belly Bean Boys. Everyone doubted you. I did, and you proved us all wrong, and it was incredibly impressive, incredibly fun to watch. So we're going to call it here. We're going to finish things, but remember, we'll be here next week with the Knockout Series number 3, so tune in, keep up with the social media. Once again, it's down below. Just go get down there, get clicking. I think that's it for us, Greybeard. It's time to go to bed. It's nice and late for us here in Europe and South Africa. We're gonna.
Well, a pleasure being here with you too, Munts, and what a great night. So from me, peace.
From me as well, peace.
Into the